starting to stock up some quality over here. Not a lot, but it's starting to build up. I could perhaps start feeding the regular... you know what? Sure. Anything below rare gets fed into the grinder from now on. Actually, we're getting there. All we need now is the quality module, and it should be good. The actual module itself, rather. Road Train says, highly suggest you quality grind accumulators. If recycling down a higher quality, say 3-dot module, does it only produce 3-dot or higher parts? Yes. Yeah, it can never downgrade the quality of the materials. It will always, always upgrade. We just talked about that the modules in the plant that crafted legendary modules is wasted. Oh, actually, that's a good point, yeah. I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, that's a very good point, yeah. Alright, we'll drop these off. Apparently, I don't have them to drop off. Really? Oh, I guess not. I guess I did just dump them into the system. Alright, well, at this point then, I will also request these to be brought over. That way I'll continue to grind them down. Right, okay. We want to work on the actual Tesla turrets. Now these need to be made in these. Let's have a look at what they require. They're going to require the Tesla guns. Do I want a personal Tesla gun? How many of those Tesla guns is it going to require? 0.06 a second, and one of these making a Tesla gun will produce 0.1 a second, so that is more than enough. And they require largely the same materials. This needs Tesla gun. They both need electrolyte. This would need superconductor, supercapacitor, Tesla gun, and processing unit. This one needs superconductor, holmium, and plastic. And I needed a sneeze. Alright, this shouldn't be too difficult for me to do. We will have one of these to pull across. That leaves only 3 components here. Okay. I could probably deliver the superconductor at the top. Yeah, I think so. So let's grab these. And I'll plonk these down about here, I think. As that is going to give me the opportunity to run this further up, I suppose. Okay, that's not ideal. There we are. That's a bit better. We will want power, of course. That can be right. Honestly, I can put it there. We're going to need 0.66 of the superconductor. And over here, 3.33. That's fine. Oh, I needed to upgrade these apparently. Let's make sure that I haven't neglected that elsewhere. Nope, we're good. Right, want this for the superconductor. I'm going to pop the superconductor. Well, I need 4 separate resources here. So this is going to be a bit of a problem. Well, actually, no. 2 of them are going to come from here. So that realistically means that only plastic and blue circuits are needed off the belt. I can do that. Plastic and blue circuits. Maybe I want to move this up a little bit. Yeah, I do. So we'll just bump these up a tiny bit. Move that up a tiny bit. Get rid of you. Because I'm going to want to split off the plastic here. And then the blue circuits can go the rest of the way. How much plastic? You need 2. Easy enough to do. And you need 0.66 blue circuits. And this is going to need holmium and you. Okay, a little bit tricky, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Going to want the brake there. Have to bring that back a little bit, I think. Right, we are going to want both things here. Actually, in an odd way, I'm going to want to move that along like so. So I can pull both of these items off that belt. I'm going to move this down. Well, actually, I'm going to need 2 of them. Right, so that one will come across. This does make it a little bit more complicated, actually. I want to split so that only one type of material goes up. Actually, I could do this and have both of these. Well, that does work, actually. So this requires holmium. So that means at this point, this will be... Ooh, kind of want to switch these around. That's unfortunate. I'm going to have the superconductor on this side, but I want it to be on the other side. Actually, I can make this work. I do that. What I would love is if I could just curve it, but I can't in this particular location. The other thing I could do actually is have the plastic just curve up there. That would give me so much more room to play with. It's unreal. Yeah, that would work. Okay, now we are cooking with fire. And now I want to prevent it from outputting on this side so that this will now only be on one side of the belt. And then I simply need to bring the superconductors over there as well. Okay. Oh, that's kind of annoying, actually. Ah, damn. All right. So, I'm going to want to... branch like that. There we go. There we are. Glorious spaghetti. I know how much you love it, chat. Of course, I wouldn't ever have spaghetti like this if it weren't for that. It's the only reason. Yep, that's everything I'm gonna need. And do I actually bring anything else? No, I do not. I could have, and it would have been a lot easier had I done so, but I chose not to. Nom nom spaghetti, yes. Verily. I want to check how many of these there are. Where are we? Ooh, stack size of only 10. Yikes. Well, that's not great. Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of unpleasant. Right. Oh, wow. We actually drained the power completely. It happened. What changed? Was it really this? Oh, either way. We're going to need to start stockpiling those high quality accumulators much sooner. I guess we actually want to expand this out some more. How are we doing over here? Got 2. Very nice indeed. Let's start upgrading these. What? Tesla technology needs electricity? I am shocked. They do consume quite a lot of high-powered items. Right, once those are all up to the rear, we'll bring this one up as well. I'll wait for that one to get finished first, though. But the other thing I could do is simply to increase the amount of steam we've got, the steam turbines. I can easily accommodate more. Starting to see this belt a little bit empty towards this point. Well, it's generally empty, actually. Evidently, I need to belt balance around here. There we go. Oh no. Yeah, it's not working. I don't think we can use stacks. That is unfortunate. We've got such a wild collection of items now. Quality chests would help with that, but for now, I'm going to have to resort to something I really dislike, and that is using steel chests. It makes my heart weep. This will give us an extra couple of inventory spaces to sort through the very high chaos of all of the different components we can have in there. I believe we're producing them, aren't we? Oh, we're not stockpiling them. Because of course we wouldn't. Heaven forbid. But I guess we need to. We'll have that one down there. They automatically stack their inputs if they can, yeah. But they can't pull out of these chests because there just aren't the right inputs in there. Like, it does seem that it won't even try if it can't empty out. There we go. And things are moving again. There we go. With such a chaotic collection of items, it does kind of make sense that would happen. What on earth am I trying to put quality modules on? Productivity modules, rather. Oh. I'll drop these off. Yeah, it's the electrolytes that are the real problem for us right now. We've got oodles of everything else. Beaconing these would work. So maybe I should. I can probably scooch these up a little bit. What if mixed stacks go through a priority insert? Oh, they stay stacked. They won't be mixed stacks. I don't think it can. No, they absolutely can't, because the stackers will only take... They have to take a full handful of a single item type, and that includes quality. There we go. I'm starting to see a slow accumulation of items. Over here, for example, we should... Yeah, we've already requested and have everything that we need there. And this one is making a new unit. Oh, we're going to get two, in fact. Marvelous. If a stack of ice and gears go through a gear priority splitter, do they split into stacks? If the gears were stacked... I mean, it's not going to be a stack of ice and gears. It'll be a stack of gears and a stack of ice. And the stack of gears will split, and the stack of ice won't. But you can get mixed stacks if recyclers empty directly onto belts without inserted. No, you can't. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Perhaps you have experienced something different, but to the best of my knowledge, that's not possible. To the best of my knowledge. So I was seeing things on the community server? I can only assume so. Again, to the best of my knowledge, it's not possible, but maybe I just don't know. So why are the insistence on using chests instead of emptying onto belts so that I can stack? Because if I empty onto the belts, it would only stack up to the max stack if when it was trying to empty onto the belt, it couldn't. And so it built up a stack of those components internally. But I want them to always be stacked, so I use combinators to make sure they only try to move them when there is a full stack's worth available. That way I can press the belt the most. I'm trying to leverage our stack inserters as much as I possibly can. Just making these last couple. So these are now working a little bit faster. And it is, in fact, starting to build up. Hooray. This is becoming much more aggressive. On the downside. Do we have many accumulators? Oh, we've got a couple. 4 of these. Very well. Get these down. Then 34 of these. You know what? Let's do this. $31, $32, $33, $34. That will help out a lot. It's literally doubling the capacity of these ones. And there's another 2 as well. There's loads of heat available here. It's kind of annoying. Can I move that in a different way? Yes. Yes, I can. Actually, yeah, that's going to be a problem. What if I do this? It's going to suck, though, because this is going to lose so much of its heat trying to make this journey. I'm not even sure there's much point in it, but we'll do it anyway. And just see if it can help. Now let's have a look around. Got another big area down yonder. I should probably pop a... Oh, think about it. Another radar up top. Right there would do quite nicely. Now this is going to pull a lot of power out of the system. Oh, I've trapped myself, haven't I? Now I am trapped. I've bamboozled myself. There we go. All right. Okay. So, in terms of the question being asked about epic power poles, let me quickly check for you. So, wire reach at legendary is 42. So, about 1/3 extra. That is nowhere near enough to be able to cross these areas until I've got access to supports. Nowhere. That is the distance. So 1/3 again would be to about here. Wouldn't even be able to reach across there. Sad to say. But 'tis the way of things, unfortunately. Spidertron, could you go walk over there because you're hogging all of the radars? Right, so what we've currently got going on is there is a 16%, sorry, a 20% chance of me making a higher quality quality module. And if it isn't high enough quality, I've got a 16% chance of breaking it down into higher quality components. Little by little, bit by bit, that'll filter through the system. Now, I wonder, should I try and make higher quality steel out of iron plate? That's definitely something I could do. Temperature is rising slowly. This needs to get over 500 in order to... Well, that one is now producing extra steam. Or should be soon. This is currently managing the rocket fuel. If the temperature... Oh, sorry, if the battery is below a certain amount. It allows it to load rocket fuel. And this one loads off the temperature. You know what? Let's pop it up to 600. And this one, if it's below 650. We'll bump all the temperatures up a little bit. Not that it's strictly necessary, if I'm honest. So I'm definitely not pulling enough right as it is. Perhaps if I... drew some more on this side. We'll do much the same on this side. There we go. And this one should be reading temperature. Okay. Right, I need a heating tower and I need a decider combinator. Right, that is going to get this temperature up enough that this one will be providing for both of these. At this point, I think I'm just going to stack steam turbines, honestly. The accumulator is discharging completely, but are we... Yeah, we are very much not getting enough power. Accumulators are charging. This is generating 109 megawatts. That's not bad at all. Should be able to use the steam as a pass-through over here. There we go. Yeah, we've got this being produced, which is nice. Still trying to get the last little bits of quality here. And once that's done, we're also going to be providing them over there as well. But at this point, I'm thinking quality accumulators and quality solar panels would be a huge thing for us. Yeah, we're draining that steam really aggressively now. Really aggressively. The biggest demand for power is when the accumulators are completely discharged and I'm having to fill them back up again. No, not for Fulgora. It's just that I've already got like so many components, batteries and stuff being produced from scrap. I may as well grind quality solar panels here rather than build the batteries out of, sulfuric acid and so on. It just seems like a good place to quality grind things like that, considering I'm already getting them out for very, very cheap, effectively. How are we doing? Accumulator charge is fine. Okay, so our accumulators are no longer running down. I suspect it's got a big part of this is from suddenly adding a bunch of production. A bunch of things that we're going to require that my more advanced producers spun up again. But we've now saturated the belts, so they're no longer an issue. Right, how are these going? These are going, generally speaking, quite well. What are we burning to produce the steam? Either solid fuel or rocket fuel, depending on how much we need it. If the accumulator charge gets too low, then the rocket fuel starts being consumed. But otherwise, we don't worry about it. All right. So if I want to make a similar setup here, I should probably copy this without any quality in it, or with only quality 1, and then I can upgrade it from there. Did I already make that? I did not. Don't need that. That's all fine. Quality grinder. Quality grinder. Gravity. There we go. And we want quality in this. Don't include the modules for now. Also parameterize it. Oh. Will this remember the quality, I wonder? Yes, we will find out. Alright, so the next thing is going to be for... I think we're going to go for accumulators. Accumulators are super simple. Batteries and plates. So I can set them up more or less anyway. But we will set them up over here. plonk that down about there. I'm going to need to bring down the robo ports. Yes, it does remember it. Great. Now that I've done that, I can... Well, apparently, I need 2 of these. That's fine. Yeah, in here should do. Ah, I'm going to clearly have to add these into the network. That's a bit of a pain. But I need plate and batteries, and that is it. So... this. Plate. Yep. And batteries. And then this just needs you. Oh, really? I somehow missed that? Okay, fine. I'll move that across. Right. Let's head over here. Make a bunch of these. There's also the option of reducing power draw. Heretic. Be gone from these lands. Right, now that we've got that, I'm going to want... let's rotate that for a second. Problem is that we are actually making a couple of these just out of gubbins that we have available, which is kind of bonkers. But I do need the quality modules in this to be able to do anything. Issue is this one is going to continue pulling them. The accumulator shoving items into the buffer chest isn't powered. Oh, yeah. Good point. I'm going to shut this down until it's got quality on it. But what I really want to do is make it so that if something is requested, it just doesn't get pulled out. So yeah, these are just getting loaded in so fast. Which makes perfect sense because that's how I grind, but also doesn't help this system at all. I wonder what the best way to do this would be. I think ultimately it is just a case of something like this. So I pop this here. Then I pop this here. want this to read network requests. Subtract everything. Green minus red. Output this. And then only if something is... Well, I don't think I'm going to need the is positive one. Set filters. That should then ensure that it'll only put something into the system if I don't need it. Oh. Oh, there, yeah. Yeah. And then this one will still only break it down if it actually needs it for something. What am I doing? Green minus green? Oh, I think probably Road Train was a little bit delayed with that. What I want to see is regular items get through here. Let's remove that one. Yeah, there we are. That's what I wanted. It was just an addition of an extra component that took care of it. Wow, we've already got up to an epic accumulator? I think so. I accept. 20... Oh, good lord. Once again, I accept. Seven more. Alright, we've got a frankly stupid amount of green accumulators now, but I'm probably safe to upgrade all of them, at least over here. Accumulators accumulate pretty quickly, yeah, it does seem that way, yes. That epic one is 4 times as much storage as the regular. Kind of like not seeing a million things being requested. Mind you, 24 I can do. Let's start at the top, actually. It's fine. Right, we are going to want these of the rare variety. Let's get all of those upgraded. You know what? Let's just go wild. There we are. That'll keep him busy for a little while. Oh, I know that upgrading them won't delete the old ones unless it's them to replace, but it will add a blinky thing down here saying, you haven't got enough, which is mildly irritating. Right. Okay, so we've got accumulators being ground up. What's the next thing that we want to work on? I wonder. Electric engine units I'd need to make. But I could. I could also make better thrusters. The three of these all require more or less the same thing. EM plants or recyclers, it would just speed them up though. It's not that huge of a deal. It has no function beyond just speeding things up. I guess I could, though. Just... It's not as interesting, I guess. But I mean, EM plants I could do fairly easily. Because I just replace that EM plant with this one and then just build everything off to the side. I just need a little bit more room over here. But yeah, we could do that. These are almost all finished. Wow. Right, I'm going to tell this one that not to break it down if it's uncommon or better. At least not until I've finished all of these. Pow! It's going to take a while. You asked for this, chat. Just remember that. Yeah, we could do EM plants, I guess. Since then I could upgrade these. To achieve that, though... would be this. There are 3 things being drawn in on this side. It won't be too hard to do. I want to move this up a little bit. And delete this. So let's yoink all of that out. Right, so EM plants. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And of course, I'm going to have to make more and more and more of these as well. Oh, wow. We're actually making some really solid progress here. I'm sincerely impressed. And this one. And oh, that was 8,000. That was 7,000, 7,000, 8,000, 8,000. Plastics. And sure, rocket fuel as well. How much does this need? A stonkingly large amount. Alright. Now then, I'm going to want... Oh, Lord. I need to do this from the map. There we go. Still minus 39, actually. How much do I require? What's asking for them? I don't see any of them being required. I've set this up incorrectly, clearly. We've got 2 places requesting... Oh. Oh, right. These are requesting them. Sod it. Poop. Poop, 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 poop. They're requesting the lower type, so it means it's just backing up in the system here. I mean, it's not the worst thing, because it does mean that they're always going to be available, but also not the greatest thing either. Especially because they can't be delivered. So I guess I make this a storage. Well, no, I don't want it to be storage. I guess I make these requester chests, as that will allow them to request from buffer. Oh, yeah, you're quite right, actually. They're requesting tier 2s. So, what is happening then? Why am I requesting tier 3s? Where am I requesting them from? You are quite right. There's only one that's requesting... Wait, is it me? No. Is it the rocket silo? No. Is it Spidertron? No. I'm honestly confused. I don't know where is requesting 50 of them, because that feels very much like it's a stack size thing. Demon Star, thank you very much for the little raid there, mate. Welcome. How you doing? Does the notification on the map show you? Maybe. But yeah, this doesn't show me requesting 50 of anything. Because this is clearly saying I'm requesting 50 uncommon tier 3 modules. The bottom. Oh. Bottom buffer chest. Quite right. You are, in fact, quite right. Well spotted, Road Train. Very well spotted. Thank you, mate. Where would I be without you? I'll pop this down here. And there. There you go. Good lord, these things pull quite a few bits out, don't they? How many have we got? We've got quite a few. What the? I mean, okay, I suppose, but I guess there's going to be lots for me to break down, at the very least. Alright, I'm going to want... As soon as they're available... Get those upgraded. Though that does now pose the problem that I do actually want to request these. Blah. I guess I could request them over here. But then I fear that that would also qualify. Oh, that's annoying. It's annoying. Oh. I need to update this blueprint. There we go. Ah, you know what? I probably should have kept the modules on it. Let's remove that for now. And then I am going to request the tier 1 modules again. Specifically, I want these so that I can blueprint. There we go. That is better. And now we will upgrade. Can you subtract the requests from the chests from the equation? No, because chests don't broadcast their request. That isn't a value that I can read from the circuit, unfortunately, PA Nika. But it's a good suggestion. It's just, unfortunately, not one that we can implement. Alas. How are we doing over here? Good lord. Apparently, I need to be upgrading these to these. And then these to these. Again, epic is the only as high as I can go for now. We're not going to see anything better than that for a while. But I am very much liking how quickly we're upgrading the qualities down here. Still haven't seen anything particularly high yet. I'm going to drop that down though, so that I can request these get upgraded. As and when they become available. Tea break in like 30 minutes, road train. Alright, let's have a look at our power situation, considering. Oh, yeah. That is a very different graph now. Okay, we've got Tesla turrets being made. We've got quality modules being produced and ground up. We've got the electromag themselves being ground up. We've got accumulators being ground up, which I'm very, very happy about. You know what? I probably should make another one of these. Actually, never mind. I'll do this one. What? No? Oh, that's actually quite clever, now that I think about it. That's very clever. That is super useful. Hadn't really considered how that setting would be would help, but no, that is actually quite good. See, what I'll probably do is I'll set it up so that a bunch of the quality grinders will just self-update over time. We've got a lot of upgrades over here. In fact, let's just upgrade all of those to blues. Shall be the land of the blues. Over here shall be the land of the greens. Little by little, bit by bit, we shall upgrade. Oh my lord. Hi. Okay, I think for accumulator charge, we've now got a significant amount available to us. We're up to 13.2 gigajoules. Considering we're only using, well, presently about 150 megawatts. That is not bad. Right, let's get back in here. Now I think we're at a point where I'm happy to allow these to produce as they are. And we'll just continue to upgrade as and when we can. How are we doing down here? Relatively well, all things considered. This is actually kind of good, though. We're currently emptying out the holmium ore, the holmium plate that we built up an enormous stockpile of at one point. Although it is making, you know, firm use of the bots, I'm okay with that. By and large, I'm happy with that. Oh, we've got some more. You know what? Maybe I should just make a upgrade building type. Ah, can I not? Kind of sucks. Oh well, fine. I'll do. Actually, let's do it all. Womp. Might as well. Once all of the ones that I've currently got placed are upgraded, then I will increase the rarity that I'm trying to reserve to. Poison BL. This is getting silly. I have 42,000 legendary wire. Wow. You should open up an Etsy store. Make some copper wire jewelry. Charge premium. Okay, continuing to upgrade where we can. In terms of quality, I think we're now in a pretty solid position. Oh wow, okay, we are full up on science too, which is very, very nice indeed. Okay, I think it may be time for us to have a look at A33 Maxi. And oh, maybe I should build another A33 Maxi and then update that design. Because that one can just sit in orbit around Novus. And then I can just work on upgrading its design locally. Yeah, I think that's actually probably a good idea. Right, so I'm going to want... Forget how to do it. Going to want to select you. Build a new space platform. Oh. That is fine. I would like a request a chest. Set to request Juan. And only Juan. Where are we? Cargo bay. There we are. Space platform starter pack. Copper wire friendship places. There you go. Kickstart your cottage industry. It is on the way. Here it comes. I assume. No, it stopped. Here it comes. Donk. Right. Okay, gonna cancel that for now. And build a new space platform. What are we gonna call this? Shimalf. Ah, our friend, Shimalf. Nonetheless, I need a naming game. Who would like to claim the name of this new hauler? Darkest Dodo it is. Alright, I don't know where we're going to be setting this one up, but I'm going to say it's probably going to be the Fulgora one. So we'll set that up accordingly. There we go. And create. Now, A33 Maxi, can I... like to make a new book. Oh, my lord, why? Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Right. Darkest Dodo is in orbit. Chubby hauler. There we go. Now, some things are going to be a problem, but that's fine. Just let them be what they are. I want this to just be a thruster, I guess, and a container. There we go. Gotcha. Thunk. What? A blueprint book of blueprint books? Genius. Is this new to you? A genuine question, actually. Like, I thought that was like pretty staple at this point. I mean, I don't know where I would be without my ability to put blueprint books in blueprint books. Losing my mind, probably. So, Darkest Dodo. Oh. Oh, I guess, yeah, it only has one place it can go. Fair enough. Tonk. Build. Also, do not do these. Okay. Many belts on the way. Actually, I need to go back over to Novice and tell you... Oh. There you go. Enjoy. How are we doing for science? Blue is always the holdup. We'll make it better in time. What is the current holdup for blue? Actually, just the amount of production buildings. That's rather nice to see. If I must say so. It was very nice, actually. So I just need to make many, many more of them. Right. Okay. Darkest Odo is going to build up. And then once Darkest Odo is complete, or has finished building up, however much it's... Oh, God. Please send up the correct stuff. Once this is built up enough, then I will start redesigning it. It would be a lot more amazing to slap down the blueprint of a ship and watch it construct if it was a little bit more sensible about how it did it. Requesting the platforms first, for example, would be a great start. Oh, I don't know. This is probably the incremental game player in me, but I'm completely content just watching this slowly number go big, basically. Right. What's the next thing we want to start working on here? We could probably quality grind for the higher quality lightning collector. Where am I producing it? Oh, there we are. I'd need to probably set that up around here. Just dig this out a little bit and put this together. But I could. Manga Book says, yeah, oh yeah, most of my Space Age playtime is just contently watching things go brr. Yeah. Corvus says, Aavak, suggestion on your platform building, do a second blueprint that only contains platforms to get those laid first. Otherwise, you can log jam your platform with other stuff. Yeah, that's my concern, actually. That is a decent suggestion, though. We'll see how it goes. I think we should be okay. There aren't enough things here that that's going to cause a problem. And quite a few of them can't be sent up, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. All right. But that is a good suggestion. If I were to set this up... Oh yeah, they get crazy high amounts of better return. And the lightning reach gets better as well. That might not actually be one of the better ways that we could upgrade things. We're down to only 1.1k requests. Very nice. Number does go burr, apparently. I don't know. There's a huge part of me that's wondering if... Why don't I just extend this backwards a bit? Could I? Easily, that is. Possibly. Yeah, I think we could. It's still kind of in the way, though. How about I bring this down? Let me make this a little bit better, actually. Right, shimmy that back. Let's copy all of this. Let's copy this part first, actually. And one more. Yep, that works. Oh my lord, I really do need to make the combinators available on this planet. Before I set up the next set, I'm going to do that, in fact. Because it's just obnoxious. Alright, so all combinators are wire and green circuits, and then red circuits and a decider, wire and green circuits. Okay, so wire and green circuits for 3 of them, and then just extra red circuits for one last one. Will not be a problem. Wire, green circuits, Yoink. And red circuits for the very last one. Now, can they be made in you? Okay, fair enough. Wishful thinking. And red circuits here. Constant, arithmetic, decider, and selector. It's definitely going to need to be these. Actually, I'll move this one back 2 more spaces. Enable if deciders are less than a stack. 50. There we go. And then yoink. There we are. And this one can request them as well. All right. There we go. That should take care of all of that for us. Again, the green circuits are always a problem. We have not got many of those right now. Well, I mean, they are there. They're just being used up in a lot of places, I guess. Oh, and I cut off all of this, I suppose, as well. Right. Actually, let's move that up. Nothing we need to worry about. Oh, it's perfect. Gosh darn it. No waste. Oh well. That brings everything back online, I think. All right. Take a little bit to get those, but I should be fine. We've dramatically increased our ability to process scrap. Dr. Fish asked, Aavak, the people wish to know why your blue science is running slow and what your plans to fix it. My plans are to increase the production facilities because there's not a lack of input materials. It's simply a lack of production. But I don't have space in the spaghetti of Nauvis in order to add that in. So I'm going to need to move this external to this location to do that. What do higher qualities recyclers do? They just recycle faster. That is the long and short of it. Just recycle faster. Okay. I'll help out where I can. Bum, ba, da, bum. Ooh. Oh, that's uncommon. Dolphin said, I wonder if it might be worth some speed rather than quality modules. I considered it. I chose not to. A couple of other people already suggested that. The upper recyclers seem not to be connected to the scrap. Oh, you're quite correct. Thank you. All right. There we go. Our production of quality modules is going to be slow for a while. Very slow. Sad to say. Ooh. You know what? Let's pop these up here instead. What is one lacking? One is lacking green circuits. I see. That is unfortunate. Mightily unfortunate, in fact. Nevertheless, I'm going to upgrade these over my other options. But yeah. Once this is back up to speed, we should hopefully start seeing more items making their way down here, such as the red and blue circuits, which will then in turn become green circuits. Wow, I'm pulling scrap from over here? Huh. Why was that used to deposit scrap? That was probably me. Yeah. Yeah, we are starting to see more green circuits moving to the system. And this is properly starting to back up again. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was using storage chests. I know why the question wasn't how did it get into the chest. It was why there was scrap in the system at all, rather than why there was scrap in that chest in particular. We're burning so many circuits on this, though. Oof, that hurts, actually. Maybe running this is not wise yet. Road Train says the 4-4 balancer on the... Oh, you're quite right. Yeah. That was because I planted that down on top of a belt. That's been a long while that that's been going weirdly, but thank you very much for catching it. I guess it doesn't actually change this in any way, though, realistically speaking. Except that side got it going down on that one, but it really didn't make much of a difference. But yeah, I think it's the inclusion of this grinding, which is basically boiling off 75% of all these materials, which is a bit of a pain. And the holmium plates as well. That one hurts a bit. That one does hurt a bit. I'm not really sure what I can do about that. Not really sure what to do about it. Because that is definitely causing us some problems. Oh wait, no, I'm already doing it down there. Never mind. My bad. There's so little making her onto this line that I completely missed that that was even there. Yeah, this drinks so much resources. I think this is going to be a big issue for us moving forward. I mean, eventually we're going to want this place producing lots of these, but I'm also not really restricting my production of them, which is an issue in and of itself. I'm not sure what the best course of action here. Also, this is another... That is another good question. When it comes to grinding quality, how should I limit it from grinding more? Because right now, this system would just continue to consume until it completely clogged, which would take a long time to be certain. Also, wow. Let's pop that one. Oh, yeah, well done. That'll do. I am not at all certain how to move with that. Though that being said, we are actually starting to stockpile again. Oh my good lord. What the dickens? I am not at all sure how I'm meant to process this. See, I can't read content on this, which is a big issue. Ugh. Well, I guess I could hook this up to the network and see if it can... If the available is below a stack. But I'm not sure this is as robust as I would like it to be. I worry a little this is going to cause me some issues later. Also, since this is pulling two different things... yeah, that is a problem. Can you not set the maximum amount? That might do funky things with the network signals to limit external intake as long as internal supply lasts. I guess, actually. Yeah, I suppose I could. I suppose I could. Since it would push it back out onto the network. If it's later, take that problem then and not now. What can go wrong? What? I don't understand what you're talking about there, mate. I think... Well, I mean, one thing I could do is I could just pull the holmium from over here. That would work. Yeah, I may as well. we go. And I'll go and hoover all of that up. Yeah. And there we go. That wouldn't have worked if these were requester chests. It's only because they're buffer chests that it broadcasts what's inside them. Wonder if we've got many. We do, yes. Okay. Well, since we've got a couple of blue accumulators, I may as well upgrade these ones. All right, let's have a quick look at this. All right, regular accumulators are dropping now significantly. It's very nice indeed. We're up to 17.8 gigajoules of storage capacity. Can you trash unrequested in a buffer and clog up the storage instead? I would rather not do that, but I could, yes. It is an option. But I would rather just not clog this at all, which this achieves. They're not going to load things now until this is burnt through all of that. These simply won't request, so that seems to solve the problem for me. Right. Up to this one. And let's give that a shot. So, whomp. Those have already been upgraded. Yeah, I'm quite liking this, actually. I want to check something. Yeah, there's simply no pollution on Falgora. That's very interesting. Even with buildings that do typically produce pollution, it's just not being shown. Right, yeah, there we go. That's now starting to back up properly. So we're going to start seeing green circuits getting back onto the belt before too terribly long. That being said, we're going to be drinking them over here in order to produce all of the quality modules, which is a problem in and of itself. My lord. They are very full of gubbins. Exceedingly full of gubbins. Jam-packed full of gubbins, in fact. Now, there's plenty of things in there that can be emptied out, though, so... you know what? The whole sushi belt kind of relies on a single belt, so there's not a lot I can do to make this work better for us. So instead, I think we're just going to have to wait until I can get Turbo Belt from Vulcanus. For now, that's pretty much where it's going to have to be. Wow, UK, we're still not going. What are we waiting on? I do not know. But we are waiting on it. Available on Planet 500. Rocket capacity is 50. I'm not sure why that isn't being sent up then. Are there no rockets? No, there are. Oh no, there we go. Okay. Honestly, once I mean, I could even tell A33 Maxis to start importing like the rocket components from Falgoris. Because they're kind of drowning in this stuff. Actually, let's do it on the logistics. Yep. We could definitely draw low density structures and just move them around. Might not be a bad plan. But I need to wait for Darkest Dodo to up and running first so that I can actually properly redesign the prow of the ship. Then we can move on from that. Alright, so right now I'm thinking there isn't much reason for me to continue hanging around here and polishing, because right now we're kind of just resource locked. That's going to get better, especially down here, but it is still going to take me time. There is part of me that wonders if I shouldn't just move this up here, though. I could even bring the train station over here and unload at this point. Which would give me that much more room, then, to expand this out. Okay, yeah, there is definitely polish that can be done here. There is most definitely polish that can be done here. If I were to place this like so. Something like that. And then copy this monstrosity. And then hook that up over here instead. And that will give me all of this room to be able to do faster scrap grinding. I think that may well be what we do. All right, let's have a look. Okay, I'm due a tea break, so I think we're going to step away. I'm going to let you watch as we produce more, hopefully, quality components. Have we actually got many? Oh, we do, in fact. Slowly building up the epics. Gradually stockpiling the rays and very much accumulating the uncommons. I'll let you watch all of this as it happens. But when we get back, going to rebuild the offloading train station. Probably going to take the railway up here. and have the stacker somewhere around there. That seems to me like the best idea. Between these two, we're not going to run out of scrap. At least not for an enormously long time. I can't imagine we would anyway. So, yeah, I think we'll set this up. We'll greatly expand our facilities for grinding down the scrap. In fact, I could move a lot of these accumulators up top, and we could add a lot more room down here for it, including a larger steel smelter. If we really want to, I don't strictly feel that we need to, though. I might even switch these over to speed modules. But yeah, we've definitely got a lot of room that I could then use for the recyclers, which will hopefully alleviate this a little bit. Get more items onto the belts a lot faster. We'll see how that goes. Right, anyway, tea break time. We shall be back shortly.